All right, we are live on the Coach Eli television network. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here tonight. It is Tuesday, October 5th, 2021, the day this live stream is happening. But if you're here watching on the replay, whenever that may be, stick around for the entire show. There's going to be tremendous replay value, as everything I talk about tonight is evergreen content, and it can help you guys and gals with any issues you may be having in the crazy modern dating world we're all living in. But before we get to all of that, let me first of all just make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it absolutely has. And let me also check out the back end of all three platforms we stream on and make sure that it is rolling smoothly. YouTube is rolling smooth. Facebook seems to be rolling quite well. And D-Live is working properly. All right. All right. Oh, man. I just keep on taking a licking and keep on ticking. I really should take a longer break, folks. You know, I've been going hard in the paint again, doing 2 shows per day. You have to give your voice a rest every now and then. But I'm just so passionate about these topics. I'm so passionate about what I do. And I just really, truly want to help as many men and women as possible, get the best possible grip on your lives. So that way you all can truly accomplish whatever it is that your hearts desire, whether it's on a business or personal level, professional or personal, or even a combination of both, because both go hand in hand. When you have a happy home life, you have a happy work life, right? And vice versa. They both work hand in hand. So anyway, I'm going to just get right to it tonight because I have a lot to go over. And again, tonight I'm going to limit this show to about 2 hours. I mean, I have enough content here where if I really wanted to go in severe detail, I could be here 3 or 4 hours. But I'm going to summarize it for you in a couple of hours because I have an interesting topic here tonight that is very near and dear to my heart. And it's also a way I used to behave when I was younger. And I learned to overcome it. I learned to overcome it because this is the absolute most pathetic thing any man can do that makes him appear far less of a man or makes him appear more feminine than masculine. This is definite feminine energy. So let's get to the topic here. The topic here tonight is dealing with guys who act like they are better than other guys and more. One more time, dealing with guys who act like they are better than other guys and more. Now, let me ask you guys out there, and even you gals that have seen this from afar, okay? How many of you guys have encountered other guys in this world, whether it be offline or online, and you approach them in a very nice way, you're looking to make friends, or if you're a content creator like myself, you're looking to collaborate with them, and you approach them in a very nice, civil, mature, respectful, and professional way, and they just start attacking you, or they start talking smack about you, or they start to say, what do you really want? What are you trying to get from me, right? How many of you guys have encountered other guys like that? Well, I'm sure you have, because I've encountered plenty of these guys. And as I've gotten older, I've really learned better how to deal with these guys, whether I encounter them online or offline. But tonight, I have an actual Reddit posting to go over from the Purple Pill Debate subreddit, where somebody posted about this. And I figured I would share with you folks what the original poster stated and what the guys and gals stated in the comments. I thought it was rather interesting. But before we get to that, let me go over to the browser screen and remind each and every one of you that I also started my own subreddit on Reddit a little over 2 weeks ago. As you see on your screen here, this is the Genuine emotional support for men and women group. And then it says Coach Eli, Elias Melas. If you go to www.reddit.com/real emotional support, or just when you're on Reddit, just go to r/real emotional support, you will come across my group. We currently have 21 Brothers and Sisters United. I call everyone in the group Brothers and Sisters because I really want men and women to reunite and start better understanding each other and start, growing closer together instead of, becoming more and more divided as men and women have become more divided in this crazy modern world we live in. In this group, we can discuss pretty much anything you want as long as you're respectful, professional, and mature, and you're not attacking anybody. I mean, we have very simple rules. No trolling, no attacking, and no hate. There'll be a zero tolerance policy for that. If you're trolling, attacking, or you're, creating hate or hating upon people, and you're not discussing things professionally, respectfully, and maturely, you will be immediately banned. You'll be immediately banned without notice. And in this group, we discuss men's health, relationship advice, women's health, U.S. politics, entrepreneurship, career, self-employment, self-help, politics in general, dating, and even business, economics, and finance. We can talk about anything and everything. I am a business and personal relationship success life coach. I have tons of experience in the professional world, working for corporate, also becoming a self-employed entrepreneur about 15 years ago, which I'm still self-employed to this day. And I also have tons of experience in the dating world. And I've also done a lot of personal development on myself through Tony Robbins and many other amazing personal development coaches out there. I've taken their courses, and I've just read a lot of self-help books and watched a lot of videos, and I've just really, taken the time to verse myself in this aspect very well. But on top of that, what's more important is the personal experience I have in dealing with all these aspects. Because it's one thing to read and watch videos and learn this stuff. It's another thing to have experienced all this personally at a personal and professional level and failing at it multiple times and then finally figuring out and learning how to overcome the setbacks and be successful in the business and personal world. So join the Genuine Emotional Support group on Reddit. It is totally free. Just create a free account if you're not already on Reddit. If you're on Reddit, it'll be real simple. Make sure you join, and then you just tap the bell icon and select to get all the notifications, so that way you won't miss anything. Feel free to post anything, like I said, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours or so with a response. And if your posting is amazing, extremely amazing, I may even go over it and respond to it on a future live stream like I'm doing right now. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to the first Reddit posting that has to do with the topic tonight, which once again is dealing with guys who act like they are better than other guys and more. From the subreddit Purple Pill Debate, the original poster writes, "The asshole debate boils down to guys who act like they're better than you when they're not." Wow. One more time. The asshole debate boils down to guys who act like they're better than you when they're not. When I came across this on my feed earlier today, this posting just happened 5 hours ago. I actually saw this posting happen right before I went live on my previous live stream earlier today from the walk. If you need something else to watch, full of great informative content that can help you move your life forward in a positive way. Check out my previous live walking stream after the stream ends. So I saw this and I was like, wow. Not only do I completely agree with it and have experienced guys like this, I myself used to be a guy like this in my teens and early to maybe mid-20s. It wasn't until my mid-20s or so when I first started to realize that the way I was behaving, trying to kick my friends down to make myself look better or feel better, especially if it was in front of other guys in the group or if other women were around, was absolutely the most pathetic thing I ever did as a man. But I was young back then, and I didn't really realize it. And even though you're technically an adult and a man when you're 18, you really don't learn how to be a man, a real man, more so until you're in your mid to late 20s. That's how it seems to be going nowadays. So let's read what the original poster wrote, and then we'll get into the comments, and I'll share my feedback along the way. If two men who are strangers meet and have a conversation as equals, make some small talk, and show some interest in the other person, this is just basic, polite, well-socialized behavior. Yeah, it is. That's the way it should be. And that's the way I live my life now. Wherever I go, whether it's a man or a woman, if I'm checking into a hotel or if I'm being served at a restaurant by a man or a woman, I am polite, I am respectful, I acknowledge the person. They'll come up and say, how you doing today? I'll say, great, how are you? How are you? It's great to be here. You know, how's your day going, right? Pretty basic, polite, well-socialized behavior like the original poster states. But if a person treats you, if you're beneath them, I think they meant to say, but if a person treats you like if you're beneath them, shows disinterest, disdain, or an air of, why are you talking to me? You're going to think he's an asshole. Well, yes, but there's more to it than that. And we're going to get to it. He's probably a stuck-up, self-absorbed narcissist. And you forgot to mention a very insecure person that's projecting. Imagine in a work scenario where a new person starts who is your subordinate and you introduce yourself and he acts as if you're beneath him. If that was the case when it happened in retail, actually, it did happen a few times in retail management, and I had to sit down and talk with these people. And I had to forewarn them and let them know, hey, you're being a subordinate. I don't want to have to write you up. I think you're a good person, but, I'm your boss. Yes, I'm a good guy and I love everybody as friends, but I'm also your boss. And if you do this again, you'll be written up, and it could lead to termination. In that situation, you're literally above him in the hierarchy of the workplace. So for him to act that way just shows that he's an asshole with poor social skills. Well, here's the thing. When I used to work in the retail management and retail corporate world, when I was even a manager at a store level, I never flexed my managerial muscles on the employees unless they were being insubordinate. I was cool with them. I treated them the way I would want to be treated by a manager, right? And I also went out on the sales floor and I led by example. Not only did I do the operation work, the payroll, the scheduling, and all other things like that, I would go out and do logistical type of work, stocking, labeling shelves. I would bring customers up at the cash register. I would sell computers. I did everything. And I made it a point to go on the sales floor at least 2 or 3 hours out of my 8 to 10 hour shifts each day that I would work. So the employees saw me out there. And I just really loved being out there. I've never been the kind of person that just likes to sit in the office all day. Now, sometimes you have to, create the schedule and, do payroll and other things like that require you to be in the office on the computer, etc. But besides those times, I like to be out there and lead by example. And, by the time I got into retail management, I had really worked on myself and learned how to not feel like I'm better than anyone else out there. Like a lot of these guys feel they're better than all other guys. When the truth of the matter is they're insecure and they're projecting. Okay? Or imagine that you meet a celebrity who is very friendly and seems genuinely interested in you. You're going to think, wow, he was such a nice guy. But if he acts rude and treats you like you're beneath him, you're going to think he's an asshole. That's true. You both know he outranks you in the social hierarchy, so there's no reason for him to act that way and rub it in. It's just an asshole move. The classic, don't you know who I am type of narcissistic behavior. Yeah, there are some famous stars that behave that way, and there are other famous people that don't behave that way. I've shared this story before, I'll share it again. Steve Young, former quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, who lives nearby where I live. He lives in Palo Alto, California. And when I used to work at the East Palo Alto Office Depot, Steve Young came in every so often, and he was the nicest guy in the world. And all my employees asked for his autograph, and he actually gave them a free autograph. But like I've mentioned in my story regarding Steve Young in the past, I'll say it again. I didn't ask for his autograph because I wanted to respect the fact that he's spending time with his family, and I wanted to just treat him like a normal human being. And he didn't come to me and say, don't you want my autograph? Don't you know who I am? Like, had he done that, I would have been so turned off. But at the same time, when I helped him, I actually rang him up at the cash register. I was a manager at that point, and I was covering a break for one of my employees because we didn't have anyone else to cover the register. And after Steve Young finished his shopping and all of my employees got his autograph, he came to me, and I didn't ask him for it. And he knew I knew who he was. And I'm sure he respected the fact that I just treated him like a normal person. And, was at that point in my life, how old was I at that point? I wasn't even 30 yet. But it was at that point in my life where I started to realize that I'm no better than anybody. And I don't want to be better than anybody, but I'm also not going to put myself beneath anyone. I'm just going to be cool with people, right? And that's what the original poster is trying to state here. Even if you're successful, you don't have to rub it in. Just be yourself. Let people acknowledge you for the things you've done. You don't have to go out there and make a point out of it. But also, if you're a guy like the guys he's talking about here that are, going through something and you're insecure and you're immature and you're the jealous type and you always act like you're better than all other guys when encountering other guys because you perceive them to be better than you, then that's pretty pathetic. In a male environment, if a guy acts like he's hot shit but can't actually back it up with his skills and performance in the field, every man in that social work environment is going to know he's a phony, asshole. But a woman from outside the group might fall for his unearned arrogance and mistake it for confidence, assertiveness, and high status, when it really comes from a place of insecurity because he and all the other guys know he isn't shit. You're right. And I was talking about this a little bit on my walking stream earlier as I was, promoting this show. And I was saying that there are women out there that will get turned on by a guy that kicks down other guys in front of certain women. But in all honesty, those are the types of women I would never give the time of day to because those are women that are not in a good place. And, the only reason why they're attracted to guys like this is because they're very good looking. They probably have a very good job. And, they look good on paper, which they are. But, from a personality standpoint, they're very arrogant. They're very arrogant, and they're also very insecure. And that woman's not realizing at that point that, dating a guy like that who treats other people like that, especially other men, right, is not healthy. And it's going to take a toll on their relationship in similar ways down the road. So, those women that are attracted to guys that behave that way are, in my opinion, are not good women to date. They're not. And if you're going to hang out with women like that, I wouldn't get serious with them. maybe have a little fun, and if that's what you're into, which I'm not. But beyond that, they're not worth dating, in my opinion. I think this is mostly what guys mean when they refer to other guys as assholes, and it is something we pick up on within the first 30 seconds of meeting. You can kind of tell when guys are in a good place emotionally and they have their shit together and they've been raised right, compared to those guys that are kind of they're guarded and they more so come at you, well, what do you want? I just want to get to know you. There have been many people on YouTube that I've tried to connect with. Many men I've tried to connect with in the past, looking to just collaborate. And all they say is, what do you want? What are you looking to get out of this? Blah, blah, blah. I just want to connect and see if we can collaborate. Maybe I can help you get some more subscribers. Maybe you can help me. Maybe we can help each other grow. It's just a simple collaboration. But guys that are not in a good place emotionally and don't have their shit together, when they react that way, that is your cue to say, hey, all right, well, nice chatting with you. It sounds like, we're not a good fit to work together, but best of luck to you. I just wanted to reach out to you and see what you're open to. And then you just move on from people like that. That's all you can do. You don't get upset, and when you're younger, it's hard to not get upset at guys like that because you haven't grown up as much and you haven't matured as much. But that's the right way to handle it, just to walk away respectfully, professionally, and maturely. Women are bad at picking up on this, so they get together with these narcissists and only consider asshole behavior to be all of the other narcissistic abuse. No, women are not bad at picking up on this. The reason why women are attracted to guys like this is because typically guys that behave like this, okay, are probably very good looking, and they also probably make decent money, right? But even though they're good looking and they make decent money, they're guys that are very broken on the inside. They're very insecure. They're very immature. They come from a broken household. And that's the reason why women give these guys a chance. They know exactly the type of guy they are, right? And maybe those women, are in a similar position, so they're attracted to that bad boy type of guy that kicks other men down. There are women out there that get off on that. Give me a second here. All right. Just have to check something out real quick. They think he's an asshole because he cheated, because he was abusive, etc. But any guy who met him knew he was an asshole right away. So the other stuff is, yeah, no shit. Didn't you notice he's an asshole? Like I said, there are women out there that will give these guys a chance because they're used to being approached by guys that aren't as good looking, and are beta males that have their shit together and make good money and probably look decent, but they're not as good looking as these guys, and they're not as confident as these asshole guys. Women love confidence in the man, and it's so hard nowadays for women to get a confident man that sometimes they'll just settle for one of these assholes, like you say. And then they think they can change him around. And it never happens. Anyway, I'm assuming that this original poster is probably in his early 20s. He's no older than 25. It sounds like he's just not experienced enough. Because, I understand what he wrote. But, not everything he said I agree with. Especially about how women see these types of guys. He says, women are bad at picking up on this, so they get together with these narcissists and only consider asshole behavior to be all of the other narcissistic abuse. Nah, dude. No, they're getting with these guys because they're good looking, they're confident, and they make money. They may be arrogant, and, maybe the arrogance comes off as confidence to these women, but that's why they're hanging out with these guys. Guys like you or other guys, are not as confident. You lack self-confidence and probably not as good looking, not as assertive, right? So that's why they're going for these guys and you're getting confused. Let's get to the comments section and see what's going on in the comments. Sifu Smo, hey coach, what's up Sifu Smo? How you doing, brother? Welcome back to the show. Well, welcome to another show, that is. You were here earlier on the mobile live stream. Nah, the asshole debate boils down to women not being able to actually tell who is better than who and are about as persuadable as a crowd of voters during a presidential candidacy face-off. You can see the stark similarities between voters who vote for someone who says all the right things, but then shits the bed once they get elected, and women choosing men. Here's the thing. This dude is saying, I can't say what this guy has highlighted in purple there, but you folks can read it. Oh my God, this guy's terrible. It's not about what you're saying here. It's about women being attracted to the confidence of a man. And a lot of these guys that you're talking about that are assholes are actually arrogant. But to women, initially, before they figure out the arrogance, they come off as confident because women are used to dealing with beta males that approach them like this. Hi, how are you? Well, I'd like to get to know you, and then, right? There's no confidence. There's no strength in the voice. There's no masculinity being felt. These women feel masculinity in these guys. And then if they give them a chance, then they find out who they really are. And 2-3 months down the road, or even less than that, maybe these guys just use them for a one-night stand or keep them around for a few dates, and then they're gone. Then these women realize it, right? No, this guy's responding to part of the posting up top. The asshole debate boils down to women not being able to actually tell who is better than who and who are about as persuadable as a crowd of voters during a presidential candidacy face-off. Well, what the person wrote above. That's my point. Men are better at telling when another guy is a phony narcissist who is all talk. The behavior pretty much immediately reads to us as him being an asshole. No, you guys are missing the point. You guys are beta males. You guys writing this are beta mons, beta mons, beta mons, beta mons, beta mons. Some of these guys may actually be good guys, and they may just be confident and carry themselves really well. And they may come off as assholes to you beta males because you guys are jealous that you're not as outgoing and confident as they are. I honestly think that these guys here in the comments section and even the original poster is at least somewhat projecting onto confident men because they wish they could be as confident. A confident man doesn't necessarily make him an asshole. Being confident doesn't make a man an asshole necessarily. In some cases, they may be. But there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. An arrogant man, would be more prone to be an asshole, in my opinion. Some men will put up with those guys if they're genuinely higher status and we can get something out of the association. Why would you want to associate and get something out of a man that is not in alignment with what you want? But we can still recognize assholes when we meet them, and it is no shock when an obvious monster behaves monstrously in his private life. These guys are projecting. I don't know if you're still around, Sifu Smo, but these guys are projecting. You tell me what it sounds like to you. These guys are projecting onto these confident guys, that, are probably having better luck with women because they're confident. And these guys are trying to say that they're assholes. Now, some of them may be assholes, right? But I don't really think all these guys are assholes. I think these guys are projecting because they're either incels, they're beta mons, or incels that can't get women, and they see these guys that have confidence, and they're misperceiving that confidence as arrogance or being an asshole because they're jealous. This is pathetic, man. Look, I just can't believe how pathetic these guys are nowadays. Now, you know what? I shouldn't be mean because I used to think the same way. I don't know how old these guys are. I wish I knew their age. But when I was in my teens and early to mid-20s, I was just like this. And then I snapped out of it. Sifu Smo says, Betamons, big difference. Furthermore, Sifu Smo says, definitely projecting. They are making excuses for their lack of confidence. Lack of self-confidence, right, brother? That's exactly what it is. You know what, Sifu Smo? I'm going to give you a big round of applause for agreeing to that. Oh, yeah. Big time projecting so far. Let's see if any of these comments actually are more positive and not projecting. The same person here. That's my point. Men are better at telling when another guy is a phony narcissist who is all talk. I don't know about that. I think it's that women don't understand male interactions. No, they do. Women are very intuitive. They're more intuitive than most men, except for guys like me that are very intuitive. No, women know exactly what's going on. You guys don't know what's going on. You guys are just jealous and insecure that you don't have the luck these guys have with women. You guys are totally projecting. It is very possible that a man who is loud and blowhardish has things to back it up while the guy on the receiving end is losing, but they don't know. Nobody really does. We just make those virtuous assumptions that the quiet, calm guy has his shit together and the loud, aggressive guy is the insecure one with nothing to back it up. People will go with whatever they want to believe. It doesn't matter if you're loud or soft. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have your shit together. I'm a loud and proud guy. I got my shit together. But you assume most loud and proud guys don't. Furthermore, he's commenting on another comment above. Some men will put up with those guys if they're genuinely higher status, and we can get something out of the association, but we still can recognize assholes when we meet them, and it is no shock when an obvious monster behaves monstrously in his private life, Weinstein, etc. Okay. And he responds to that, right. However, it is not as black and white. No, you're right. That's a good point. And guys who don't present as assholes 24/7 still end up being assholes before women can realize it in time. Now you guys are projecting even more. These guys just being themselves. If they want to be a little bit of an asshole and the woman likes that, that's on her. Why do you guys care so much? Why do you guys care so much about these guys that you have to call them an asshole? Right? They still end up with assholes or assholish men, much more commonly than non-assholish men, because there's something that women like about those types of men. It's the fact that the men you're perceiving to be assholish, like you're saying, dude, they're actually way more confident than you are. They have way more self-confidence than you do. And women love self-confidence. Women love it when guys are not fazed by whatever a woman does. They're just cool, calm, and collective, right? You guys have no self-confidence. You guys have no game in a figure of speech type of way. And I'm not saying play a game on a woman. When I say game, I mean you guys don't know how to approach women and attract women. You have no game when it comes to attracting women. So you just project on the guys that have game because you're jealous of them. That's the bottom line. Bottom line. So this guy responds to what was written above. Right, however, it is not as black and white. And guys who don't present as assholes 24/7 still end up being assholes before women can realize it in time. They still end up with assholes or assholish men much more commonly than non-assholish men because there's something that women like about those types of men. And he responds to that and says his point is that men who don't present assholish to women are likely going to be easily read as assholish by men. It could be that these men have good game, social calibration, and are able to fake who they are to women because they want something. But whether it is a chicken or an egg thing, it is true that men are better at sensing this. I was about to give you a big round of applause, because I thought you were going the right way with this, but the bottom line is this. You're projecting as well. Because here's the thing. It doesn't matter, what these guys are trying to accomplish. When you're attracting a woman, the only thing you're trying to do is attract her, okay? You're not going to talk about relationship. You're not going to talk about anything. Yes, you may both want a relationship, right? Maybe you met on a dating site and you both are looking for a relationship, but none of that matters unless there's attraction. What you're trying to do initially when you first meet someone is create attraction. These guys are good at doing that. You guys are not. And because you guys are jealous that they can spark attraction with women and you guys can't, you're just saying these guys are assholish. You got a conversation going on behind the scenes on Facebook Messenger in the Coach Eli private chat. Oh, okay. I'll check out your live stream. I'll check out your video afterwards about quitting sugar cold turkey. I'll even share it in the YouTube chat, which I can't because it's showing a Facebook link. Okay. Let's see. Sifu Smokes, a lot of guys are threatened by guys with a high self-esteem because they're projecting, bro. Because they wish they could have a high self-esteem, and they actually can turn things around and feel better about themselves to have that high self-esteem. But I think what's really going on here is these guys are young and inexperienced, and they're seeing guys a little bit older, or maybe some guys their age that just learned to understand this much quicker than they're going to learn to understand it. That's what's going on. Let's see. And this person is they're all responding to each other's comments. They're responding to it. It is very possible that a man who is loud and blowhardish has things to back it up while the guy on the receiving end is losing, but they don't know. Nobody really does. We just make those virtuous assumptions that the quiet, calm guy has his shit together and the loud, aggressive guy is the insecure one with nothing to back it up. And he responds, no, it comes from observation. Another way to put it is that guys with alpha qualities who are truly good, kind people who will be civil to a guy at the bottom of the social hierarchy are extremely rare. Well, you just found one. And I'm going to share more about that in the second year. Any guy who has ever been beta or bullied knows this and can sniff these guys out a mile away. We have to be good at identifying these guys for reasons of self-preservation. Now you're the first one that actually spoke some truth and from the heart, and you owned up to what's really going on here. You're admitting, basically, that, you guys are all projecting, and you guys really wish you could have the self-confidence these other guys you're calling assholes or acting assholish, like you guys are saying. You wish you could be like these guys, right? Because of that, before I respond, I'm going to give you a big round of applause. Yes. There we go. Here's the thing, man. You mentioned something there that touched a good nerve of mine. You said another way to put it is that guys with alpha qualities, which I have, I'm an alpha male. I wasn't always one, but I became one. Who are truly good, kind people, which I am. I love everybody. People that are moderators here, you guys tell me in the chat if you're around. Do I talk down to you guys? Am I supportive? Am I uplifting? Do I communicate with you guys regularly? You let me know. Who will be civil to a guy at the bottom of the social hierarchy are extremely rare. I've had many, many friends in the past that were at the bottom of the social hierarchy. And I've always been a little bit above that, right? Or maybe far above that. I've always been the type of guy that feels bad for and favors the underdog. Why is that? Because at one point in my life, I felt like I was the underdog when I was much younger. I've shared my stories in the past about being bullied in grammar school and even first year or two in high school. And I turned it around. So I know how it feels to be bullied. When I even came out on YouTube 5 years ago, I was bullied by a group of people that I wasted many years of my time going back and forth with. And had I known better, I would have just ignored them sooner and moved on and probably been further ahead. If there's any one person that, like you guys consider, is an alpha male and, with alpha qualities who, like you said, is a truly good and kind person who will be civil to a guy at the bottom of the social hierarchy, and that's extremely rare. Yeah, you're right. That's how I am. And that's why a lot of people project onto me and attack me because they wish they could be like me. I'm not saying I'm all that, and I'm not all that. What I'm saying is that I am the type of person that loves everyone, no matter who you are or where you come from. And most other people are very judgmental and only associate with certain types of people. Furthermore, you say any guy who has ever been beta or bullied knows this and can sniff these guys out a mile away. And guess what? I've been bullied and I have been beta in my younger days. I had to learn and turn it around, just like I'm trying to help you guys. I get it. In essence, dude, you're coming out here and speaking on all the guys, whether you realize it or not, that have commented so far, and you're basically saying, yeah, we've all been bullied, and we're all betas. This guy, I don't know, Dion. I don't know what your thoughts are if you're still around, but this guy hit the nail on the head. Well, is it a woman or is it a guy just that calls themselves Grandma Perp? I don't know. Could be a man, could be a woman. Was this a question for women or something? It was a CMV, which has changed my view. Let's see what the chat has to say. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Adelaide. Hey, Critical Mass. Wow, the cavalry's coming in. Let's see. Sifu Smo. A lot of guys are threatened by guys with a high self-esteem. We read that earlier. Johnny Dilts, you're a good dude. Thank you, brother. You're a great dude as well, man. Thank you so much, bro. Adelaide's Advice Addict. Hi, everyone. Hello, Eli. Hey, Adelaide. How you doing? Critical Mass Blog. Welcome to the show. All right. We are at 42 minutes. I'm going to read one more here. Maybe two more. Because there's a Grandma Perp response. I'm going to read two more, then take my first break and come back. And I have 5 other Reddit postings to go through that I'm going to blitz through quickly because they're all pretty good. And I'm only going to read a few comments on top of the original posting when I get to them. Let's see. Caution coming from a red pill girl speaking generally, not individually. A red pill girl? Really? Does that make you WGTOW, ma'am? Are you a woman going your own way? Are you leaving the plantation and never going to date men or marry men again? That's ironic, man. There is just a misunderstanding in some areas. In general, asshole guys act nice to women when first meeting them. Think Chads. So women don't find out till later and think men who shit talk those assholes are jealous. They are jealous. And here's the thing. Not all guys that appear to be Chads are just looking for a one-night stand. Some Chads that are good-looking guys really want to be with a good woman, right? They want to find an attractive, sexy woman, but they also want a woman that's mentally and emotionally stable, right? What happens most of the time, though, is, this is what I think, is that the Chads, they get with these hot women. These women are okay at first, and then these women start getting very needy and very attached and very controlling, and you start seeing their mental and emotional issues. They start seeing their mental and emotional issues, which is what I'm saying, and then they have to get rid of them. So here's the thing. You can't blame the Chads for having good game, because part of attracting a woman is having good game. And when I say game, I don't necessarily mean playing a game just to get laid. Even if you want to find a woman to date for a relationship eventually, you have to have good game to get her. You have to be a nice dude, not overly nice, but be a good guy. Be friendly, smile. Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you, right? Don't be a jerk, but don't be a sissy, right? Yeah, these other guys in this forum just have no game. They have no self-confidence. They lack self-confidence. They're insecure. They're immature. They're still learning. They're growing up. They maybe came from a broken household. They, didn't have enough nurturing love. They're trying to figure this out. So in the meantime, until they figure it out, they're projecting. And they don't even realize, when people are projecting, they don't even realize they're projecting. Because if they did, then they'd feel real stupid. They'll figure it out down the road like I did. And then they'll come back and say, wow, like I said, wow, I can't believe I used to behave that way. I can't believe I used to project and be insecure, and I can't believe I used to behave that way. Man, I've grown up. Shit. Most women aren't that confident they can take care of themselves, so desire a man who is competent. Well, women are independent, and they can take care of themselves nowadays, but they still want the company of a man. No matter how much money they make, how good their job is, whether they have their own place or not, right? No matter what they have, women still crave the love and affection of a man. That's a biological thing. Okay? If you appear confident, that is enough to fool most ladies to think you are competent. Assholes appear confident. Dude, this is a red pill girl. You're projecting, man. This woman is projecting. So she's saying, if you appear confident, how can you appear confident if you're not? You're either confident or not. Let's say you're not a confident person, right? How can you pretend to be confident when you're not? You're going to fail, and you're going to look even worse than not trying at all. If you appear confident, that is enough to fool most ladies to think you're competent. Assholes appear confident. Man, sounds like you gave a few Chads a chance because they were hot and sexy, right? You were attracted to them, and you thought that you could lock down the Chad in the relationship, right? And the Chad wooed you with his good looks and charm, wooed your pants off, ma'am, and had a little fun with you. And then because you're trying to control him, or you were too needy or whatever, the Chad let you go and went out to somebody else. And now you're angry and bitter. If you think I'm right about that, put a 1 in the chat. If you think I'm right about this woman here, she's just angry and bitter because she tried to convert the Chad into a husband. And the Chad saw her trying to do that and trying to be controlling and possessive and all that. And the Chad's like, fuck this. I don't need this shit. And I don't consider myself a Chad, but if any woman did that to me, I'd leave like the Chad did. Think Chad. See, everyone mentions shit. That's like, Chad's like the big name now. Not even Tyrone. Think Chads. It's all Chads, right? Let's see. If you appear confident, that is enough to fool most ladies to think you're competent. Assholes appear confident. Well, it's not that we're assholes. It's the fact that we don't put up with your BS or anyone's BS. Like, I'm a good guy. Yes, am I a nice guy? I am a very nice guy to everyone, including women. But I don't say nice guy because nice guys finish last. I say good guy, right? But the reason why you think my confidence is coming off as asshole-ish, like you guys are saying in this thread, is because you lack self-confidence and you wish you could have the self-confidence that I have or guys like me have. Also, there's a big difference in women's eyes between a guy who's an asshole to women and a guy who's an asshole to men. Generally, we don't care how men treat each other. Oh no, you ladies do. See, women in a good place emotionally are not going to sit there and support their man beating up or tearing down another man, whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally, right? Ma'am, you have issues. If you're a woman that doesn't care about how men treat other men, then ma'am, you've got your own issues. You got some serious issues. That's one of the most important things. Like if you don't care about how a man, let's say a man you're dating, treats all men around him like shit and beats them up, and you don't care how men treat each other, do you think if that guy, ended up being with you, do you think that he would not beat you up if he beats up other guys? That's what this guy does. You're saying it's okay for him to do it to other men as long as he doesn't do it to us. No, man. That's very immature, very insecure. That's just stupid. That is another obvious reason for women to date men that are elsewise abusive to other men. I don't think any normal, decent woman would want to date any man that's abusive to any other man or woman. It shouldn't matter. Wow. Another reason is women love playful teasing. Incels make playful teasing for negging and mess that up. Well, that's exactly, man. You ladies end up going for the Chads because the Chads, or guys like me, I don't consider myself a Chad, but I might as well, right? I'm just not a player, right? But I know the game, and I know to attract women, right? Like the Chads and myself, we know how to, use playful banter and sexual innuendos and have tact and flirt with you and turn you on and attract you, right? The incels, or the beta mons, they try to do that, right? But they fail miserably. And you ladies can tell they're trying and failing, and it turns you off instantaneously. Oh, yeah. Your stereotypical asshole can get away with being an asshole under guise of playful teasing. What makes us assholes if we're cool guys that are playful and fun in the ways that you want, guys? You ladies are just mad because you can't lock us guys down. You can't lock us high-value guys down. Some of you can. Most of you can't. Why? Because maybe we think you're not good enough for us. Maybe you're unhappy that we won't give you the time of day. Yet you'll get with us because we're hot, we have money, and we're playful with our teasing and all that, right? Come on. Come on. This is a double standard here. Also, women are fine with men expressing their emotions. What women don't like is men losing their composure. I agree. Well, isn't part of a man losing his composure being mean to another guy in front of you? And man, you just said above. Let me go back above here, okay? Generally, we, meaning us women, don't care how men treat each other. You see, man, you said that right there. And down here, you say, let me highlight that. What women don't like is men losing their composure. So you think that a man kicking down or talking shit or beating up another man, you ladies don't care about this. So you think that's not part of a man losing his composure? I think this woman needs some psychiatric help. I'm sorry, I hate to say it. Wow. Is that a double standard? Ma'am, you've been a complete double standard throughout this entire posting. Yes, but in a relationship, our man is our rock. If he falters, we panic. That's why you got to choose the right man. Take the time to get to know them. Don't assume all men are bad. Don't assume all Chads are bad guys. Some of them can be. Some of them, like I'm a good guy. I'm an alpha. I take care of myself. I got great game. And I'm respectful. But if you and I were to date, ma'am, hypothetically speaking, right? And you were cute and we went on a few dates and the sex was good, but then you started to become very clingy and needy and controlling and all that. If you started to behave anything near the way you're behaving here, ma'am, I'd leave you. Not because I'm a Chad, because you're behaving ridiculous. I don't want to put up with someone like that. I want to be with a woman that's cool, calm, and collected, and is laid back and easy to get along with, right? I would treat her the way that I would want her to treat me. Bottom line. Is that a double standard? Yes, but in a relationship, our man is our rock. If he falters, we panic. When a woman asks you to be vulnerable, she's asking for you to show you trust her, and she thinks that will help you grow closer. Nowadays, see, men should already know that. They should be raised that way, but they're not. That's another problem these women are having with guys nowadays. They're not being raised right, and they're emotionally weak. And they don't know how to express their emotions because they never had that nurturing love growing up. The underwritten expectation, however, is that you don't bawl your eyes out. That makes us sacred and lose confidence in your competence. I agree for the most part that men need to keep their emotions, together. But there are times when it's okay for a man to cry and be emotional with you. And if you're saying that, even during those times where it's called for a man to be emotional with you and you're not okay with that, then ma'am, best of luck to you. That's all I got to say. We are at 56 minutes. Let's check out the chat real quick here. Cavalry Charge says Critical Mass Blog. Furthermore, Information Man Show, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Hello there. Hello, brother. Welcome to the show. Critical Mass Blog says, yes, that's a good point. Mass says if you have high worth and know it, it will irk people who have low worth value and know it. Good point, Mass. Mass says, know your value worth. Absolutely. That's self-confidence. If you don't know what you're worth and what your value is, how can you expect any woman to pick up on that or to be attracted to you? Mass says red pill has many meanings. You're right. Mass furthermore says some people use it for male-female psychology stuff. And furthermore, Critical Mass Blog says it also has the meaning of becoming a truther waking up. Okay, great. That's a good opinion there. Johnny Dilks, I think women want men who aren't afraid to make decisions and who take action. That's called being a man like you and I are, Johnny. Johnny, big, huge, round of applause! Johnny, you and I are Gen X, man. We grew up a generation before the millennials and post-millennials, the Gen Y and Gen Zers. The people that are chatting in this chat right now, I'm assuming they've got to be Gen Zers, probably somewhere between the ages of 18 and 20 or something, 18 and 24, 25 or something like that. They're just inexperienced, man. You and I were once young too, but Johnny, here's the thing. Even when you and I were younger, we had a different upbringing back in those days than most of these kids are getting nowadays, man. And that's why I do what I do, man. I really, really want to help as many people, as many of these young guys and women too, but it's the guys that are having more issues. I really want to help them, work through this and understand this and become real men. Johnny furthermore says, I think women, I already read that, wobblers and emotional tampons finish last, in my honest opinion. Sorry. You're right, Johnny. You're right. Johnny furthermore says, I think what women think they want consciously is different from what they need subconsciously. It's true. You're right. Just like with the, they're attracted to the alpha chads, right? But what they really want is a good man and a provider. But they go for the alpha chads because the alpha chads are more confident. We need to teach our beta male providers to not just be beta male providers, to be confident male providers. You see, if the beta male providers turn into alpha chads, but instead of just wanting to sleep with women and nothing more, these would be alpha chads that would love to find the right woman and get married and have a family with, right? So I get what you're saying there, Johnny. Johnny, you make absolute perfect sense, man. For example, they get bored with the predictable nice guys that do everything they want them to do. Right. You said the same thing in different words, bro. I could not have said it better myself. Big round of applause! Right, man. They go for the chads because they're attractive and they're confident, right? And the chads can woo them. The chads know how to speak. They have great game. They know how to attract women. The beta male providers, they don't have the social skills. They don't know how to do that, right? And then the women end up with the beta male providers after they go through a bunch of chads because those are the only guys that will marry them. But here's what happens. They marry the beta male provider and then they start cheating on him because while he's providing and they may have a few kids together, okay, he's not sexually satisfying her in the way the Chad would because there's really no chemistry there. I get what you're saying, Johnny. You're absolutely correct, man. Maybe this makes me an asshole. If so, I'm okay with that. No, Johnny, you're actually not an asshole. You're a good guy. Dude, you're spot on. Johnny, I'm not saying you're spot on because I've known you for how long? 30 years now, man? Just about. Yeah, it's been about 30 years, Johnny. No, I'm saying that because you're absolutely right, Johnny. You're correct. Let's see. Sifu Smo. Hello, Johnny Dilts. Johnny's a good guy, Sifu Smo. I met him working at the Hillsdale Cinema in San Mateo, California, where I live here in the Bay Area, a little over 30 years ago when we were in high school. We worked there. Johnny was a cool dude. He was an interesting guy. I never forgot about him. And then we recently connected on Facebook, 4, 5, 6 months ago or something. I saw him connect with somebody else that we used to work at the movie theater with, and I'm like, oh my God, is that the actual Johnny Dilts? I'm like, oh man, I gotta connect with that dude, see what he's up to, and I'm just really thrilled at how your life turned out, Johnny. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, dude. Sifu Smo says, women think they want a nice guy, but in reality, they want what they want and need is a different story. Here's the thing. The truth of the matter is this. I'm going to take a break after I share this. We're done with this posting. Let's switch to the next one here and go back to full screen. Women don't want an asshole or an arrogant, pompous ass. What they really want is a nice guy that doesn't behave too nicely, meaning that women don't want you to kiss their ass. They don't want you to pretend to agree with everything they say, thinking that that's the way it's going to keep her around. Women want you to be yourself. As long as you're yourself and you don't suck up to her, and if you disagree with her, you tell her, they want you to be a nice guy. I'm actually a nice guy. I'm a really nice guy. But I'm not a big sissy, right? Women don't want to be with an asshole, which is why I say good guy instead of nice guy. The truth of the matter is women want the nice guy. What they don't want is a sissy. They don't want a suck-up. They want a guy that respects himself to the point of where if she does something that's wrong, the guy will call her out on it and not just let it go or say it's okay. I used to be like that in my younger days. Now it's like, if I'm with a woman and she does something stupid, I said, babe, that was pretty stupid. Why'd you do that, right? Oh, I don't know, babe. I'm sorry. I made a mistake, right? And then next thing you know, the women, when a woman likes you and you call her out on that, this used to happen to my ex Dana a lot. She used to I used to call her out on a few things, right? And then she would say, after I would call her out, she goes, you know what? I don't know why. I'm just really turned on. I really want you right now. I don't know why I feel this way, but I just want you more than ever right now. And it was just after I called her out on some BS she told me or something, right? And I said, and I just played it off at that point. I'm like, well, I'm not going to complain. I knew exactly why she was reacting that way. She was reacting that way because I called her out on her shit, and I was man enough to stand up to her. And it turned her on. She used to be married to a guy that she would step all over and walk all over. I had no respect for. But I called her out. That's what women want. Women don't want a man to be fazed by the pussy. They want a man that's going to respect the pussy, but respect themselves as well, too. That's the bottom line. Johnny Dilk says, hello, SIFUSMO. All right, we are at 1 hour and 5 minutes. We've got about another hour's worth of show to go when I come back. I'm going to queue up some royalty-free YouTube music, and then I'll tell you what's coming up after the break. I've got some more. I'll tell you, man, these people on Reddit, man, I've been spending a lot of time out there. These people on Reddit are just interesting. It makes interesting content to comment on. And I'm learning a lot more about what these guys are going through by just participating and doing these shows. But let's queue up that royalty-free music. Let's see. All right. What do I want to play? Let me see. Give me a second. All right. Music is all queued up. I'm going to take about a 7 or 8 minute or 9 minute break, maybe even 10-minute break. We'll see how it goes. When I return, we've got 5 Reddit postings to go through. We're going to go through them quickly within the hour. The first one is from the subreddit Dating Over 30, and it's titled, How to Handle Job/Income Disparity. Very interesting posting. After that, we're going to go over to the Deciding to Be Better subreddit for 2 postings that happened earlier today. The first one was titled, Deleted Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Interesting. The next one is, I quit OnlyFans because it was harming me, my relationship, and my subscribers. I thought that was interesting. A woman quitting OnlyFans, and this woman is 40 years old. A 40-year-old woman. She must have been pretty hot. There are some hot women in their 40s and 50s. If women take care of their bodies, they look good. If they take care of their bodies, their skin, and they dye their hair, women can look pretty hot in their 40s and 50s. Tell me I'm wrong, John. Tell me I'm wrong if you're still around. After that, we're going to go over to the Dating Over 30 subreddit once again, and we're going to go over a posting titled, Told to Act More Mysterious and Not Put in Effort Till It's Clear the Guy is Worth It. Who were you told that by? A group of feminists, ma'am? I'm just wondering, who the hell told you that? You're told to act more mysterious and play games and not show your true feelings for the guy, even if you like him, until it's clear he is worth it. Okay. Let's not let the natural flow of progression take its course. Let's just play games instead. And last but not least, if we have time, we're going to go to the subreddit Dating with a post titled, What's Her Problem? Interesting story here about a Tinder online dating scenario regarding a guy that matched with a classmate on Tinder. I thought this was pretty interesting. Lots of interesting things to to talk about on Reddit. This is real world stuff, folks, and we talk about it in real time here on Coach Eli's channel. So, like I said, I'll be back in about 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 minutes. Stick around. We'll be right
We're back. I've refilled the coffee and ready to go. Another round. Round 2 is coming right up, right around the corner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Get back down to business, Eli. Get back down to business, brother. Yeah. I really love it when good people show up in the chat. We've got some great moderators here. I'm very thankful and grateful for all of you. Lots more coming soon to the Coach Eli television network. Many more people will be joining. We're going to help as many people as possible get the best possible grips on their lives so that way you can all accomplish whatever it is that your heart's desire. That's what we're all about over here. And we also entertain people while throwing down truth bombs. We entertain people while throwing down truth bombs. That's right. That being said, all right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on the Coach Eli Television Network, primarily broadcasting live on YouTube at youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. We're also simulcasting live on Facebook, despite all the scrutiny Facebook's been getting lately. We're still simulcasting live on Facebook, and we're also simulcasting live on D Live. If you're on Facebook and D Live and you'd like to get more than just those or these in-studio live stream simulcasts, such as mobile live streams only available on YouTube. Also, you will get pre-recorded videos, and from this point on, the pre-recorded videos will be in the highest quality, 4K at 60 frames per second. And if you would like to become a channel member, this is optional. You don't have to do it. I am a monetized channel on YouTube, and I have a members-only package for as little as $4.99 per month or as much as $99.99 per month, and 3 other packages in between, which all gets the same thing. You will get exclusive members-only pre-recorded videos. So far, I have 21 members-only videos and many more coming soon. And I even have 2 members-only live stream replays that were done as members-only streams when they were done live. And I'll probably do some more of those very soon as well, exclusively for members. Also, you can donate to the channel if you're on YouTube. You can hit that $ sign at the bottom to send a super chat or super sticker. You can also donate via Cash App or PayPal. Nightbot's sharing the link every 7 minutes or so in the YouTube chat to my PayPal and Cash App link. It's also in the YouTube description, the Facebook description, and I've also shared it on D Live. But if you're on D Live and you want to make it easier, or if you just want to make it easier and you're on Facebook and D Live, just do what Johnny did. Come on over to YouTube and, join the fun over here, and you'll get everything Coach Eli related if you're up for it. Hey, I'm not for everyone, but hey, if you like this content and you like the positivity, then yeah, we'd love to have you. Give me 1 second here. 1 second. Boo-doo-boo-boo. Boo-doo-boo-doo-boo. Okay. All right, just had to check a few messages real quick. Sorry about that. How unprofessional of me. Tonight, we've been discussing dealing with guys who act like they are better than other guys and more. One more time, dealing with guys who act like they are better than other guys and more. If you missed the first part of the show, go back and check out the replay. I went over a Reddit posting from the subreddit Purple Pill Debate where we were discussing this, and it was rather interesting. It just so happened to end up being that the original poster that posted this comment about, discussing how other guys act like they are better than other guys was actually just projecting. And a bunch of other guys in that group were just projecting. It was a posting made by a Betamon, 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 Betamon. I'm not trying to be critical by calling these guys Betamons, but they are Betamons. And I want to help them become Alphamons or Alpha males, right? Alphamons doesn't make sense, right? Alphamon, Betamon, right? So go back, check out the replay. If you missed the first part, lots of interesting stuff happened. But now I've got 5 more Reddit postings to go over and about an hour to do it. And I'm going to get through as many of them as possible. I'm going to blitz through these quickly and read the original posting, do my commentary, and maybe read a few comments. But I'm not going to get into too, deep. I'm not going to get into them too deeply on each because it'll just take too long. So let's go ahead and switch back over to the browser screen. Let me check out the chats. Nothing happening on YouTube and Facebook tonight. On YouTube, let's see. Critical Mass Blog, I'm back. Just got done working out, says Critical Mass Blog with the big guns. Right on, bro. Information Man Show says, cool. I still need to connect with you on Facebook, bro. I connected with Donnie earlier today. I have to, I don't know if you can send me a private message to my actual Facebook account. You send it to me on my business page, but I will go back between tonight and tomorrow and connect with the Information Man Show and get further connected with you, connected with everyone else behind the scenes. Critical Mass Blog says, I record my workouts. Possibly I'll upload some of the footage as a workout blog. Good, man. And I got your link that you shared in the private Facebook chat, the Coach Eli moderator private Facebook chat behind the scenes. And I'll check that out later, bro. Thank you for creating that. Yeah, keep the content coming. All right, we're all caught up. All right, so this is from the subreddit, Dating Over 30. And the original poster states in its title, how to handle job/income disparity. Interesting. So interesting, I thought I would share this. Hi, 38 male. You're about 9 years younger than your brother. Recently amicably separated after a 15-year marriage. Oh boy, bro. Are you the breadwinner? Did you get taken to the cleaners, brother? I'm getting my feet wet with Old, which is online dating apps. I've never used them before. They seem super emotionally manipulative. Well, bro, let me tell you, online dating is going to get you a little bit of everything. It's like the real world. It's like dating in the real world, but on steroids. So you have lots of options, and everybody has lots of options. You just have to learn how to manage it, bro. And if you've been married for 15 years, man, the last 15 years, that's smartphones came out. Well, the first iPhone was 07, but they really didn't become useful with apps until about 10 years ago. So, bro, you've missed out what's pretty much happened with dating apps. It used to be dating sites. Dating sites have been around for like 25 years or so, right? But dating apps have only really been around for the last 5 to 10 years, and most, if not all, online dating sites that were around before smartphones and smartphone apps came out, they now have a dating app version. So it's just insane. People getting tons of messages on their phones all day, every day. So he said they seem super emotionally manipulative. They can be if you let them. But if you learn how to manage it, like I've taught before, on some of my shows, then you can figure out what works for you and have some benefit of it or on it. I'm looking for relationships, not big on ONS, which is one night stands. Well, I'm the same way, bro. Then put that out there. I'm looking for a relationship. Join Match.com. Don't go to Tinder if you're not looking for hookups. Hinge and Bumble are okay. There are lots of people that will hook up. I mean, even on Match.com, there are women that will hook up. But Match.com is probably one of the better dating sites because they have full profiles, and many women clearly state they're looking for a relationship, so you just have to know where to go. I've never been really interested in the bar scene. Neither have I. I mean, I like going to bars every now and then, like with somebody I'm dating or with friends, right? But I've never used bars to pick up women. It's just kind of trashy to me. I do have a few social hobbies, but I'm not really looking for dates when I'm doing those. Well, it kind of sounds like you're a little introverted, brother. And if you want to attract a woman and stand out, you gotta have some balls. You've got to put yourself out there. You need to be cool, calm, and collective and laid back and not be pushy. But you can't be afraid to take a chance, right? You've got to be assertive, but you got to do it in a cool, calm, and collective way. You got to be well balanced. And you can't be shy. But you can't be overbearing either. Because women will ghost you quickly on these dating apps. It's one button. Block. Block equals ghosted, brother. I work in the tech industry. Oh, you're introverted, brother. No disrespect. I'm not trying to stereotype, but now I get it. I work in the tech industry, but I work remotely in a small town. Small town. All right. So you don't do a lot of socializing. Everybody knows you in that small town. Anything you do, everyone knows about it, right? You feel like you can't get away, right? Like the old Southwest commercials, not to get away. So I have a somewhat large place to myself. Somewhat expensive, time-intensive hobbies, and a decent amount of free time. Well, bro, here's the thing. Just because you have all that doesn't mean, women are going to be attracted to you. And in some cases, you got to be, careful because some women will pretend to be attracted to you to extract those resources. You got to be careful about that. And you have a decent amount of free time. Well, bro, here's the thing. You got to keep yourself occupied because women are attracted to your purpose, not the amount of free time you have to spend with them, right? So when you're first getting to know women, you focus on your purpose, and then you talk to women on these apps. And, maybe with one of them you have a great conversation through the messaging part. You exchange numbers, you talk, and then maybe you meet for a hike or, do one of the hobbies that you like or she likes or you both like, right? You'll find that out over a phone conversation. I've had a few matches who work in the service industry or other long hours career. I try to avoid talks about money, but the chats, dates eventually veer towards hobbies, and I try to downplay things, but I feel like I sound out of touch, and just like it ruins the mood. Well, bro, do you expect to just meet a woman and she's just going to like you because you have a conversation with her and she's going to come over and just sleep in your bed and do that? You got to have hobbies. Women love hobbies, and most normal guys love hobbies. I like to go hiking. I like weekend getaway trips. I love exploring new towns, right? Those are the kinds of things you need to talk about with women on these dating apps, right? Or if you get on the phone, they ask you, hey, what do you enjoy doing for fun? Well, I'm pretty much open to whatever, and I'm open to trying new things, which I am. But I like hiking. I love the outdoors. I love romantic weekend getaway trips. I love getting out of town. I'm the kind of guy that's spontaneous, and I don't have a problem doing the same thing, again in the future, but I like to change things up. When I tell women, or I told them in the past, right? I told women in the past that, I like to keep things fresh and interesting. I like trying new things and doing new things. So every time we hang out would be a new adventure with me. That's how you do it. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. All right. Let's see here. I have no intention of being patriarchal. Dude, you sound, oh my God. All right. This guy talking about the patriarchy and saying I have no intention of being patriarchal. I'm going to say beta mon, beta mon, beta mon, beta mon, beta mon. That's why you probably got divorced, bro. Bro, if you think this guy is a beta mon, Put a 1 in the chat if you think he's beta. Put a 2 if you think he's alpha. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. I have no intention of being patriarchal or implying some kind of "don't worry, babe, I can take care of you" vibe. But I feel like that comes off in one way or another. Women are going to test you, bro, to see how strong of a man you are. They're going to test you to see what they can get away with. And you got to be cool and say, hey, I'm just looking to get to know someone. I don't have any expectations. We should just hang out, maybe go on a hike, go to a dinner or something at some point, and let's just see where it goes. They're looking to see how far they can push your buttons, bro. Women do that to see how strong you are, which is normal for them to do. It's called the shit test. Women do it subconsciously. I don't want to say I don't care or what career or not a date would have, but it seems to matter a lot. Well, that's a common thing people ask, like, what do you do for a living? Well, I do that. Well, what do you do? Okay. It's not necessarily to see how much money you make. Well, for some women it is. But even for women that don't make it all about the money, they're curious to know what you do because what primarily attracts a woman to a man is his purpose. And typically what the guy does for a living is a huge part of his purpose, what he enjoys doing. That pays his bills at the same time. Like if one person works a lot, they don't have a lot of time to date or have similar hobbies. So talking to them about that kind of stuff just turns us into oil and water. And I realize this is a first world problem, but any tips are appreciated. Well, dude, here's the thing. Like I mentioned before, I'll say it again. There are many women out there that are more career focused than relationship focused, but they still try to put themselves out on online dating sites. And they don't have time to date, right? They're very, very busy. I've encountered women like this a ton in the past, right? If a woman is interested in getting to know you and meeting you and seeing where things go, it's going to happen fairly quickly. She'll respond to you. You'll communicate through a dating app for a day or so or less. You'll exchange numbers. You'll have a phone call, and you'll be meeting within a few days or by the end of that week. Doesn't happen like that. Typically, it'll never happen. So you're right. It seems like you're dealing with lots of women that do not have a good work/personal life balance. And those women, you put them on the back burner. You don't get mad at them. You don't call them out. You just, maybe you text them and you say, hey, let me know when you're free to talk, and you just leave it up to them, right? And you move on, you talk to other women, right? Typically women that, are workaholics, it's never going to work out. Let's see. I'm going to just read one comment here and then go on to the next one. I make 2 to 3 times what my wife makes. We do have different hobbies. We have time apart for those hobbies. On some days, she's happy to play video games at home when I'm out at the bar. Okay, that's all right, as long as it doesn't take away from your personal time together. We have a shared credit card that all the dates go on. She pays when she can, and I pay what I can. Okay. I usually end up paying more, and I don't care. Her job is just as challenging for her as mine is for me, so I feel like we're equal. The fact that I have more digits in my account is mostly irrelevant. I'm not ashamed of it, and I don't notice it much. Okay, this looks like a female. Is this a lesbian couple? I'm just wondering. I can't tell. That said, I now ask for permission to pay with other people. One time I really upset someone who was too proud, didn't feel comfortable, so I'll say, would it hurt your feelings if I paid for this? Fuck it, I have more money. It's not a thing. I'm okay spending it. Well, when you come off that way, you're coming off kind of like a little bit arrogant without realizing it. You're coming off like you're showing off your money when you're not intending to. Or you're feeling sorry for them and they're picking up on that, right? and you're making them come off like a charity case. Your intentions are pure, but the way you're coming off is being perceived differently. But I'm married. You're dating, so you might have more of a, is she using me for my money concern than me? Usually those chicks ask for money or ask you to spend it. It's probably a guy. If a person feels uncomfortable with the money aspect, I play the, hey man, I'm a goddamn princess and I'm not a cheap date. Let me pay at least most of it. So this might be two women married here. I can't even tell. Money is a big cause of relationship stress. So if it comes up, talk about it. Sure, you got to talk about the finances when you're married. When you're married, you share everything. Hey, you make X an hour, I make 2X an hour. So how about we split the bill even? You pay 1/3, I pay the other 2/3. So an equal amount of our time goes into this experience we shared. If you're married, why does it even matter? Why does it even matter if you're married? Anyway. All right. Let's go to the next one here. This is from the subreddit Deciding to Be Better. And this is titled Deleted Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Let me check out the chat here real quick. Nobody responded. Maybe everyone is gone. Everyone just took off all of a sudden, huh? Wow. All right. That's all good. You all abandoned me. I'm just messing with you guys, but it's true. It's all good. You can watch the replay if you'd like. All right. I kept realizing I wasted so much time on these apps every day. It affected my sleep and working habits, just pointlessly scrolling through dumb shit to cure my anxiety temporarily or hold off getting any work done / addressing issues that need my attention. But somehow, I still didn't stop. I tried to limit myself, but just kept going back. Until today, when the outage occurred, which was yesterday, and I didn't have access to Instagram and Facebook, I actually got shit done and spent way less time on my phone. When the apps were back up, obviously I continued binging, and then it hit me that I need to stop this now. I already experienced how better off I was this morning, so I instantly deleted all 3 apps 30 minutes ago, and I already feel at peace, ready to start fresh. Sorry, just wanted to rant somewhere. I'm not going to read any comments here, but all I'm going to say is this. You've got to manage your online life, including your social media presence and your social media apps, and not let them manage you, okay? There's nothing wrong with being on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or all of them, right? Especially if you're running a business like I am, you want to have a presence out there. You want to allow people to get to know you. And you're going to get lots of messages, and you're going to get messages from people you don't know. And you're not going to be able to respond to everyone right away, if ever at all. You gotta learn how to balance it. I focus my time on people that I know, people I'm close to, like my moderators on YouTube, my friends in real life, family, and stuff like that. And any new people that come into the mix, I try to get back to them as quickly as possible, but sometimes it may take a few days or a week or 3 or 4 days, right? And so, you have to learn to manage your social media and your online presence and your smartphone and not let it manage you, okay? Use it to your advantage, but don't let it consume you. You have to know when to use it and when to put it down. Or, whenever I go out, I'll take the phone and I'll flip it backwards, right? And women have asked me in the past, they're like, why do you flip your phone backwards? When you flip your phone backwards, it makes us women think you're trying to hide something from us. I'm like, I'm not trying to hide anything. If I didn't want to be with you, I'd be with you. You can check my phone if you want. There's nothing on there, right? But I flip it around so it won't distract us while we're out on a date. I don't want to sit there and leave it face up and, then notifications keep popping up, and then I look at it every 2 seconds and not focus on you. Oh, you see, women assume that when you turn it around, you're trying to hide something from them because most guys are doing that, right? But I'm not. But I also, have told women in the past that have asked me this, like, let's say we go away on a weekend trip or they come over to my place or whatever, right? And we spend the night together. I flip my phone on this is the bottom side. I put the screen facing down. Why? Because if not, the brightness of the phone would light up the entire room, in the middle of the night when it's dark in the room, and we wouldn't be able to sleep. So that's how I handle it there. But yes, good job. You took the first step on getting control over social media and your smartphone, and you're basically striving to not let it control you anymore. That's great. You keep that up, and your life's going to change for the better. All right, let's go to the next one. This is also from the subreddit Deciding to Be Better, and the original poster writes, I quit OnlyFans because it was harming me, my relationship, and my subscribers. I thought this was pretty interesting. I'm just going to read the posting and share my feedback. I'm not going to read any comments here. Okay. All right, give me a second here. Boo-doo-boo-boo. Just a second. All right. Hello, all. Although I did detail my journey decision in another subreddit, I thought it could help here as well, especially for those who are considering starting sex work or quitting OnlyFans or on another content creation site. This is just my experience. It is not a judgment on sex work or sex workers in general. I'm sure many others have had great experiences with the work, and yes, sex work is great. Well, ma'am, thank you for being honest. Oh, man. I'm a woman in my 40s. Wow, in your 40s. So you could be 45, you could be 48, who knows? And had reasonable success with OnlyFans over the past 6 months, especially considering I don't show my face. So maybe you have a good body, but maybe your face looks a lot older, so you didn't want to show it. Okay. At first, I enjoyed expressing myself sexually and connecting with my subscribers, but I needed to quit for the following reasons. My boundaries kept getting pushed, and it became exhausting. People will always want more, no matter what you provide. Yeah, men want to see how far they can push things. It turns them on. Some will be upset and treat you poorly if you decline their request. You will face harassment. It is challenging not to let it get to you. Ma'am, how is it harassing when you're on a site where you're being paid to strip and be naked? Ma'am, that's your job on that site. Guys are going to pay you to do things like that. And if you're not willing to do it, then why did you get on that site in the first place? Oh, I know why. Easy money. I'm going to show my naked body and make a ton more money than I make anywhere else. Now you tried it, and because, it wasn't, you couldn't do it the way you wanted to do it, right? Now you're like, oh, I'm leaving now, right? The juice isn't worth the squeeze, right? All right, let me check the chat here real quick. All right, we're good. I lost my sex drive. Well, man, anyone would lose their sex drive when you're doing sex work all day, every day for money, digital. Turning this fun, expressive element of my life into work, well, man, it was for a ton of money. Based on the needs of others rather than myself was harmful to me and my connection with my partner, who supported me, captured content with me throughout this journey. Wow, your man was involved in this? Was he like your agent, your casting agent, ma'am? I went from having a very high libido to having none and feeling disconnected from my body and unlike myself. I've never experienced this before. Then why did you do it in the first place? Why did your man even agree to this, right? I would never, if I was with a woman, even for years, and she wanted to do OnlyFans, I would say, look, if you do OnlyFans, we're done. I don't want to be with a woman that wants to share her body with the entire world and get paid for it. I look, to each its own. Any woman that wants to do it, God bless you, do what you got to do. It's just not for me. A woman like that, it's just not for me. let's see. I went from having a very high libido to having none and feeling disconnected from my body and unlike myself. I've never experienced this before. I was attached to my phone, not only with creating and posting content and interacting with subscribers, but the incredible amount of social media promotion that needs to be done to keep new potential subscribers interested. Well, man, maybe you weren't attractive enough. If you were a very attractive woman, the guys would find you and you would have to do no work promoting yourself. So obviously, you're probably an average woman. No problem. That's okay. This takes a toll in time, some days 8 to 12 hours. On top of other work, family responsibilities, it became way too much. I also wasn't spending as much time with my partner, friends, and family, which was impacting my life. When I worked out the time for income, I was making minimum wage off OnlyFans. It honestly made me understand the issues with all social media, and I have also stepped away from my personal accounts, which is not a bad thing. Time is such a valuable and infinite resource we have. We can't squander it. Man, you're in your 40s. That means you could be as old as 49. I'm assuming you're probably in your early 40s. Let's just say even if you're 40, man, okay? Do you realize most women on OnlyFans are between the ages of 18 and 29? And with no disrespect, I think older women look sexy, but look, let's face it. Women look the best when they're 18 to 29, around there, right? In their 20s, late teens, and throughout their 20s, right? Man, you're competing with younger women. And these younger women can do one show for 2 hours, maybe 2 times a week, and make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Ma'am, this just wasn't for you. That's my opinion here. Wow. Wow. Let's see. Let me see here. Another major reason for leaving is seeing how it was impacting my subscribers. Many would want to purchase customs or needed to take a break from my page momentarily because they needed to pay for food, rent, clothing for kids, or a hotter, younger woman. Let's just be real about it. I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's the truth. Although I did produce quality content and never scammed anyone, I do not feel that OnlyFans content is a priority. Ma'am, if you were making $100,000 a show, you'd make it a priority. It just wasn't for you. No disrespect. You're probably an average, decent-looking woman that I'd probably be attracted to. But you're not that hot woman, that hot 18 to 29-year-old woman that's going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars each week on OnlyFans and only spending a couple hours on it. You were spending 8 to 10 hours a day and making minimum wage, man. That says a lot about you, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this. Truth. Okay? Let me see. I do not feel that OnlyFans content is a priority. I read that. I would be urging my subscribers to take care of those priority things in their life rather than giving me their money. Well, ma'am, you're a good person, right? And part of making money on OnlyFans is taking money any way you can. Lots of guys spend money they don't have. And that's how these women make money. And I don't condone that. I think you did the right thing. But the women that are successful in this industry, they don't care how they get the money or, what position it puts these guys in after they spend their money. Ma'am, this just wasn't for you. I started to feel like a shit human for taking their money. Ma'am, I commend you. You're realizing this wasn't for you. Why'd you do it in the first place? Was it your man's idea? Was it your idea? Were you thinking that it might make you and your man some extra money to go on a trip or something? There were some very positive things I got out of it too. Mainly the interactions with subscribers where they were coming to terms with their fetishes, cross-dressing, etc., or facing a darker time in their life, death of a loved one, and just needed someone to talk to. I was honored they trusted me enough to open up. But I think I can take these elements I love and start something new that's outside of sex work. Thank you all for reading, and I'm happy to answer questions and especially help others who have been in my shoes. 32 comments. Now, I'm not going to go through any of them. If you want to check it out, go to the subreddit Deciding to Be Better and scroll down a few postings. It happened earlier today. All right. Couple more to go here. Let's see here. Let me see here. where are we at right now? We're at 1 hour and 54 minutes. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to step away and take one more quick break. And then I'm going to come back and go over the last two postings. Come back another 30 minutes. I need to use the restroom, and I've been on for a couple hours and need to rest my voice. So, when we return, I'm going to go over the Dating Over 30 subreddit posting. Told to act more mysterious and not put in effort till it's clear the guy is worth it. And then we're going to wrap it up with one. I will go through the comments section. What's her problem? Tinder, online dating. This guy matched with a classmate on Tinder. Very interesting. So, let me head back over to full screen and cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. Take a quick break. A second here. Let me see. One more. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for another 7 or 8 minute break or so, and we'll wrap things up in about 30 minutes when I return. So, stick around. We'll be right We're back. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. I got a text message. I got to get back to this in a second. But we're live on the air. I'll get back to it in a bit. All right. I'm a little distracted right now. Yeah. Welcome to Dog by Silent Partner from the YouTube audio library. All right. Welcome back to the third and final segment of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Live here on the Coach Eli Television Network, primarily broadcasting live on YouTube at youtube.com/Live Coach Eli. We're also simulcasting live on Facebook and D Live. If you want to get more than just these live stream, in-studio live stream simulcasts, then you get on Facebook and D Live. You have to come over to YouTube to get everything else. Pre-recorded videos, members-only content, and lots more. Just go to youtube.com/Live Coach Eli or log into your Google account from your YouTube app or on your laptop or desktop and search for Coach Eli, Elias Melas, and subscribe to the channel with over 4K subs. Make sure you subscribe to the right one. There are lots of clones out there. So when you find the right one, subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications, and you won't miss anything. Now, give me 1 second here. I gotta just check one thing here real quick. Hang on. Hang on a second. Hang on. Okay. All right. That's taken care of. All right, folks, welcome back to the show. I decided to go a third and final segment because I had so much to go over tonight, especially the last Reddit posting. I really want to go over. I thought it was very interesting. But tonight we've been discussing dealing with guys who act like they are better than other guys and more. One more time, dealing with guys who act like they are better than other guys and more. Go back to the first part of the show, the first segment, if you want to hear specifically about the topic. It was pretty interesting. You're not going to want to miss that, so check that out. And then during the second half, I started going over some other related Reddit postings. I always like to share, the most interesting postings from Reddit regarding the dating world or, business aspects. I like to keep things as current as possible on my shows so you folks can, be up to date and learn how to better handle yourselves in every aspect of life, business and personal related, so you can all accomplish whatever it is that your heart's desire. So let's continue because I'm only going to be on another maybe 30 minutes or so. Let's go back over to the browser screen. And this is from the subreddit, Dating Over 30. And I believe this is a woman writing this. And in the title, she states, told to act more mysterious and not put in effort till it's clear the guy is worth it. So, ma'am, sounds like by your title, you've been told by some of your wonderful lady friends out there to act like you really don't care, even if you do, and act mysterious and play games and not put in any effort until it's clear that the guy is worth it. Well, at what point are you going to realize that, ma'am? And if you're not going to be yourself right away, is the guy ever going to show you his true colors? Because the guy, if he's an intuitive guy like myself, he'll pick up on the fact that you're playing games and he won't want to see you anymore. Why not just be yourself? Oh, look what she says here. I'm a very direct person. Oh, Bam. So you're like a woman with more masculine energy. That's a great way to attract a man, ma'am. Once I warm up to someone, why not just be yourself? I'm not inclined to play games. So you play games. In other words, what you're saying, ma'am, is that you're going to play games until you warm up to something. But you don't want to play games on you. If a man seems promising but isn't taking the initiative to ask me out, I'd outright tell him to do so. Why should you have to tell a man to ask you out? If a man can't ask you out, then he's not a real man. Then he's not man enough to be with you. So why even tell him to ask you out if he doesn't? Man, that makes no sense. I'm looking for a serious relationship and don't believe in playing hard to get. Well, ma'am, not only are you playing hard to get, you're playing impossible to get. Beyond giving myself and the other party a comfortable amount of space, I try to value each match and foster a connection. Man, what is this? English lit? Like, seriously, ma'am, what? Oh, how old is this woman? And this is rooted in my desire to find a partner. Well, it sounds like you really want a long-term relationship, ma'am, and you're tired of the Chads and Tyrones, right? Sounds like you tried to get with the Chads and Tyrones and you realized they were only after one thing. And now you want to make sure that guys, you want more than just sex. So now you're not only playing hard to get, you're playing impossible to get. You're playing games, yet you don't want your man to play games. And you don't want to give anything at all until it's clear the guy is worth it. How's the guy going to know it's worth it if you give nothing, ma'am? I just don't get it. Recently, this guy asked me to meet him in his neighborhood first so we could head to the restaurant together for our first date. It was an unusual request, but I agreed because it sounded fun and was reasonably on the way for me. So because it was convenient for you, man, you decided to meet him, not knowing really if it was worth it or not, because maybe you met him on an online dating site and you didn't get to know him through a phone call or anything like that to have an idea of the type of guy he was going to be. But let's see what happens here. It was an unusual request, but I agreed because it sounded, I already read that. We could chit-chat and bond before our meal instead of awkwardly greeting each other for the first time at the venue itself. All right, my female friend told me I was a bit desperate, like you can't wait to see him, and it gives guys the wrong impression when I do that. Sounds like feminine energy to me. Sounds like she was trying to be herself. Sounds like you were trying to be yourself, ma'am, but your friends were saying, don't be yourself. That makes you come off as desperate and needy. Most of my girlfriends agreed that they don't understand why I couldn't just meet him at the restaurant directly. Okay. Well, I think that it's a smart idea to meet someone before you go to the restaurant to decide if you actually want to go there. Like, I'm a guy, and I would not want to spend any money on a woman on a first date until I knew she was going to be around for a second date. So it makes reasonable sense to me. These women are saying, why don't this guy just take you to the restaurant and buy you dinner on the first date directly, right? Well, because if there's no chemistry, it doesn't work out, we just wasted our time and money. That's pretty obvious, right? And women should look at it the same way, right? Let's see. My friend then told me not to put in so much effort till you know he's worth it and don't overwater the plant at the start. Man, why not just be yourself? Man, like you're now acting like somebody you're not because your friends that have no clue about what they're talking about are telling you that this is the right thing to do. She also advised me to be more mysterious. Really? If a woman is too mysterious with me and I can't figure out, how she feels or if she likes me or not, I'm going to be out the door. Apparently guys like the kind of chase where I'm not so easy to get. Well, here's the truth of the matter. Guys don't want it extremely easy, but if you make it too difficult and make it unreachable, that's just as bad as making it too easy. I honestly felt a little upset hearing that because these women are all happily married to great guys. If they're talking that way, they're not happily married. If they were happily married and in a really good relationship, they wouldn't be giving you such shit advice, ma'am.
and I'm the only singleton trying to find a partner while they keep telling me I'm taking things too seriously too early. Ma'am, chemistry is either there from the very beginning or it's never going to be there. It sounds like, maybe you were dating some Chads and Tyrones, tried to lock them down, and you ended up realizing they only wanted to hook up. And now it's like, you're putting yourself back out there and you're trying to, you're trying to lock a guy down. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing, man. And your friends are sitting here and, trying to tell you how to date. And when was the last time they went on a date? How long have they been married for? They don't know what the dating market is like nowadays. It's different. I didn't feel like I did anything wrong, and I want to stay true to myself. Well, then stay true to yourself, ma'am, because the more you listen to your friends, okay, and be something you're not, the more you're going to repel guys. And this could be a good guy that you repel here if you're not being yourself. But every time I step off yet another bad date, I can't help but think, is being myself not helping? Online dating has been so confusing for someone like me. Well, ma'am, if you are yourself and it all depends on how you create your dating profile. Are you being yourself in your dating profile? Are you stating what you're looking for and what you're not? Are you putting up recent pictures, right? Are you sending a few messages and talking on the phone with the guy to get a better idea of what he's looking for before you meet him? Or are you just saying, let's meet, right? Ma'am, you need to do a better job of pre-qualifying the people that you're talking with on online dating. And be upfront about what you're looking for on your profile through the messaging app or site, and then even on the phone. And if all that pans out and you feel enough similarities and you're attracted to each other's pictures and you like each other's voices and all that, then you meet and see where it goes. But man, you're not pre-qualifying your dates well enough. And then you're turning to your friends and listening to their BS about, what to do. Be mysterious, until the guy is worth it or something like that. Man, this is ridiculous. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to go over any comments. I'm just going to get to the last Reddit posting, and I will go through some comments on this one. All right, let's see here. We are at 2 hours and 19 minutes. Nothing happening on Facebook, D Live, or YouTube. Looks like everybody kind of just took off. We got 5 people viewing on YouTube. We had a lot more earlier, but I know it's after midnight on the East Coast and 12:29 a.m. Eastern. Daylight time, 9:29 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. All right. This is from the subreddit Dating, and the original poster's title is What's Her Problem? This is a Tinder online dating story. So this, I believe, is a dude. He says, so, matched with a classmate on Tinder. She and I were throwing game mid-range. Throwing game? Come on, dude. How about her and I were, getting to know each other because we've been classmates for a while and we've kind of, had some tiny chit-chat, throughout the classes and our time on campus, right? But he's saying, she and I were throwing game, mid-range. Great verbiage, dude. I asked her out twice. She said no one time and ignored the second. Well, dude, if she said no, all you do is say this. All right, hey, that's cool. I just wanted to introduce myself. I think you seem cool. But hey, if you change your mind, let me know. You know where to find me. And then you walk away, and you don't talk to her. You ignore her. Not ignore her completely. If you have, things to do with her in the classroom, obviously don't ignore her there. But when it comes to the dating thing, just don't even mention it. Just be cool, right? Move on, right? Show her that you're not fazed by her rejection because that might bring you attraction. She said no one time and ignored the second. We chatted a bit on the app, but it wasn't going anywhere, so I unmatched her. She doesn't hit me up outside of the app, So I took it as her being disinterested. No shit, dude. I mean, how much more clearly could she have shown disinterest? In class, she called me out on the unmatched. She told me she just wanted me to try harder. I'd say, fuck that. Fuck that bullshit. She's mad and I'm not having it. Dude, she's playing games. She's playing hard to get. It sounds like this woman likes you, but she wants you to work it. She wants you to work for it, I mean. I told her I put the ball in her court when I asked her out and kept on the combo. What gives? Well, this woman's playing hard to get. She's probably very attractive. She probably gets a lot of attention. And she's looking for a guy to stand out, right? And most importantly, bro, she's shit testing you. She's telling you she wants you to try harder, but guess what's going to happen if you keep trying after she says no, you try harder? It's going to be no, no, no. You want to know what's going to attract her? Is ignoring her, okay? Ignore her, right? Like Coach Corey Wayne says, the fastest way to get someone's attention is to remove yours. Guys and gals, remember this if anything, right? The fastest way to get someone's attention is to remove yours. So she's telling you she wants you to try harder, right? And you said she's mad and I'm not having it. Dude, you don't deserve this shit. You don't. I told her I put the ball in her court when I asked her out and kept on the combo. You did the right thing. Dude, women think they want men to chase them, right? And they say they don't want to chase men. The truth of the matter is, what women say and what they respond to are two totally different things. If you try harder to get her, which is what she's saying she wants and what she thinks she wants, she's going to keep rejecting you. If you move on and just say, hey, all right, hey, look, I get it. You said no. And you're telling me you want me to try harder, but, I asked you out, and it's either a yes or a no. And if you're not interested, no problem. Hey, was, nice chatting with you. We're in the same class. Maybe we'll, talk again some other time, but I'm going to let you go and do your thing. Take care and let me know if you change your mind. That's all you do. And then you just ignore her. Dude, you just ignore her. And then it's going to drive her crazy. And then she's going to say, all right, you want to go out this weekend? And then after that, you can mess with her and say, so you want to go on a date with me, don't you? I thought you wanted me to try harder. What was up with that crap? Listen, I think you're cool. I think you're a beautiful woman, but I think more importantly, you're smart and you could be a lot of fun. How about we cut the bullshit and let me take you on a date and let's just see where it goes. If you man up like that, she's gonna be like, damn, this guy has balls of steel. Dude, she's testing your strength. Women nowadays, more so because they're liberated, they're going to test you harder. But so far, so good. You put the ball in her court, and you turned and walked away. Good job, bro. I'm going to give you a big round of applause. Good job, bro. Now, let me read a few comments before I go off the air here. We are at 2 hours and 26 minutes. A little bit longer. I'm on a little bit longer than I thought I would be tonight, but that's okay. I have a little more time tonight. Let's read a few comments. The first comment, anyone who wants you to try harder goes in the trash. Big round of applause for that. Great advice. Great advice. It's a shit test. You didn't miss out on much, dude. Can't imagine what a relationship would be with someone who wants to play games like that. I don't think she's necessarily playing games. She's shit testing him. She's looking to see if he has balls to say, hey, look, I'm not here to play games or, I've already asked you out. I don't need to try hard. Like, you want to go out sometime, then let me know. If not, you said no, no problem. Let me know if you change your mind. You know where to find me. And that's it. Leave it at that. Walk away. Never talk to her again unless she initiates, something with you. I hate games. So do I, dude. I feel like people who can't maintain an actual relationship play the most games. You guys don't understand it. These women get hit on by so many guys. And she may actually want something real, but she wants to be with a real man, not a big sissy. Not a man that she can derail and control, right? I don't think this woman is a control freak. I think she's testing you to see if you're going to stand up to her. Because every other guy she's been with has put her on a pedestal, and it's boring to her, and it turns her off. Next comment. Yeah, try harder is get a list of cheap dating ideas or a book of interesting conversation starters. Try harder is not exhibiting disinterest and anger over a you don't seem interested, I'll gracefully exit. It's a shit test. You guys are missing it. She's testing him. Any woman who does that wants to be chased and play games. Best to walk or run away from such women. You're missing the point. That's what she is trying to come off as. But she's testing you to see if you're going to do that or if you're going to stand up for yourself like this guy did. Love games? No. This is just a test. That's right. Love games, Greg. And that's when you exit full stop or full running tuck and roll type of exit. Love games is akin to the person being trashed. Well, yes, you do exit, but you have an exit strategy, and you just say this, okay? Look, I don't need to try harder. I asked you out. You said no. I respect that. I respect your wishes. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. Have a good day and walk away. But leave the door open. Say, hey, if you change your mind, let me know. But there's no need for you to try harder because I asked you out already. I think you're cute. I think you have a great personality. I think you'd be a lot of fun. But hey, it's up to you. If you want to go out, right? And then just walk away. Show her that you have some balls and you're a man. I think you missed a reference. Look up Old Greg. That said, you're not wrong. I don't know what Old Greg means, but I'll have to check that out sometime. Are you asking us what she was thinking? No clue. Good riddance. She was testing the guy. It's something unpredictable, but in the end, it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. This was the high point of the thread from you guys are still not getting it. None of you have said it's a test. Take my award. This is too much drama. If she likes or liked you, she would have just said yes to you when you asked her out. It isn't a Lifetime movie. This girl is just a pass. She seems very dramatic. No, she's testing him. Do you understand that women are tired of dating little boys that are adults? She wants a man. She's looking to see how he's going to respond to this. It's a test. All women do it. Yeah, agree. Some girls think that life is a book or something like that. Nope. She sounds pretty immature, so I doubt she was thinking anything beyond getting attention and trying to get you to dance like a puppet. Not a very successful way to try and start any type of relationship. It's a test. She's looking to see if the guy has the balls to stand up to her. It's a great way to find out if he's a strong man or a weak man, like she's probably been with a bunch of weak men in the past. No reason to escalate conflict. Just smile, tell her that you don't feel you're a match, and wish her the best of luck. That's not what you say. Don't say any more, but just repeat like a parrot the above and variations of it. We're not a match, sorry, but that's how I feel. No, you don't say that. She said, I just want you to try harder. All he has to say is this. Hey, look, I'm not going to sit here and try hard. I either feel something or I don't. And you either feel something or you don't. I asked you out. You said no. I understand that. And now I'm just going to say, hey, look, you change your mind. You want to hang out sometime. I think it'd be a lot of fun to hang out with. You'd have a good time. Then let me know. If not, best of luck to you. Then you just walk away. You turn and you walk away. And you never look back, right? And you ignore her. Let her think about it. Because more than likely, it's a test of your strength as a man to see. She wants to see if you're going to stand up to her. And if you do stand up to her, more than likely, she'll be like, oh man, this guy's a real man. Now I'm going to ask him out. Okay. She is most likely not interested, but just doing a power game thing in order to get validated. No, she's testing him. She's not seeking validation. Why do you think the woman would come out and say, I just want you to try harder? If she wasn't interested, she wouldn't even say that. Why would any woman tell a guy, I just want you to try harder, if she's not interested? She wants to see, is he going to try harder or stand up for himself and walk away, but give her the option if she changes her mind to let him know. This is why you guys are incels, involuntary celibates. This is why you guys are alone and single. You guys have no game. And again, when I say no game, you guys have no social skills to attract women. You come out on Reddit and complain about this all day. This is pathetic. Nah, fam, I unmatched and put her in my rear view. She tried to escalate, but I wasn't having it. Dude, she was testing you, original poster. Now, I'm not saying it would have worked out, but think about it. She was testing you, and you handle it the right way, and maybe that's why she tried to escalate it further. But, if you weren't feeling it after that, then that's on you. But if you stood up to her, and then she came down to earth and said, wow, you're not fazed. Like, you're a real man. I'm really sorry for coming at you, but I've met a bunch of guys that are just, like little boys. And I'm looking for a real man. And you stood up to me, and I respect that. What if she came at you in that way, dude? One thing no one's mentioned yet, too, she may be pissed you dusted her when she felt like she had the upper hand and wanted to dust you. No, she was testing him. Shit testing. Could be playing you back to her just to leave you for dust. Fucking whack ego trip, my dude, that's all. No, that's wrong. This, I've seen some people dust others simply for getting dusted themselves. It gives them the feeling of having the upper hand one last time, even though they fully intend on it going nowhere. It could be that. She's looking to see if he's a real man or if he's a sissy like every other guy she's been with. Jesus Christ. Is dusting a Gen Z thing? But I doubt she wanted to do that. Going by what dusting is, but more so wanted to play games. I don't think this was a game. I think this was a test. She wants you to chase her, a.k.a. wanted an ego boost. Well, no. She was testing him to see if he would chase her or if he would just walk away. A.k.a. not worth your time because it probably still would have been a no down the line. People like that are immature and wishy-washy. Or worse, it might have been an awful yes. A woman like this is not typically a woman that I would give a chance to or go out with, but you never know. But that's how you play it every time. If she tells you, hey, give me a second. Let me get a sip. I wanted you to try harder, like I said all along. All you do is get back to her and say, hey, look, I already asked you out. You said no. Okay? And I respect that. But hey, you know what? If you change your mind, let me know. I think we'd have a lot of fun together. You seem cool. I like your attitude. You're not afraid to speak your mind. And that's awesome. Change your mind, you know where to find me. Have a good day, and then walk away. Don't even give her a chance to respond unless she chases you and says, wait, let's go out. Oh, now you want to go out with me? Huh. What changed your mind? She might say, you had the balls to stand up to me. And you're a real man. And I'm sorry for coming off at you in that way. But I'm just tired of dating little boys and guys that, tell me what they think I want to hear just to keep me around. You respect yourself, and I respect that. See, you guys are sitting here looking at it from a completely different vantage point. And that's why you guys are single and lonely, because you don't understand how women work. You don't get it. Women are emotional beings. And women want a real man. And nowadays, you millennials, you Gen Y millennials and Gen Z, I generation, guys, you Gen Yers and Gen Zers, are like little kids. The majority of you are not real men. And these women are aching for real men that have balls and have self-respect and self-love, not, suck up to them just to try to keep them around. Anyway, so that's going to do it. She played games and lost her loss. No. She just wants attention. Making you work is an effort to establish her dominance. In the future, when she says she wanted you to work harder, reply, you don't play children's games, move on to someone more mature. That's not how you reply to it. She really isn't trying to play games more than likely. She's testing you to see if you're going to stand up to her. You guys have a long way to go. And the original poster, before I get out of here, says, there won't be a future fam. I'm not that guy, sadly. All right. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's show. Let's go back to full screen. We are at 2 hours and 38 minutes, one of the longest shows I've done in a while. I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you to Critical Mass Blog for being here earlier. Thank you to Information Net Show for being here. Thank you to Johnny Bilks for being here. Thank you to Seafood Smoke for being here. And anyone else that I missed, I think, Adelaide's Advice Addict was here for a little bit. Thank you for being here. And anyone else watching behind the scenes. I'll be back tomorrow for one, maybe two shows. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Really enjoyed the show tonight. With that being said, have yourselves a great night. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.